right, bring this police and employment and police meeting together at 6:01.
I think Jennifer has provided to me the information I think is being used for the electric department employees. It's not as detailed as what the police department guys sign, but what we're trying to do is CDL, any employee that wants to take a CDL course, what I'm proposing is that we pay for them, because this year after July 1, General Assembly changed, you got to take a course now instead of us just getting somebody to go out there and pass the test. It's about $3,000. What I'd like to do is have everybody sign an agreement very similar to this one. That would commit the folks to, if they stay, they got to pay back a prorated share. Okay, police department, I think it's 2 years.
If they don't stay, right?
If they don't stay, excuse me. And this one doesn't have it filled in specifically.
I think the electric department is 2 years as well.
1 year of service liability is 50% of the training cost. Okay, and I'd like to make it on the same par. So if they leave within 2 years, that they pay back $1,500, because these guys don't make a lot of money for the most part, right? So we're just talking about getting them to sign something. So if they leave within the first 2 years after getting the CDL, they would pay back 50% per year in a prorated share. And we use the same type of an agreement if we can.
How many you talking about?
Man, we've got a dozen guys down there that could get CDLs. I don't know if everybody wants to take a test. I don't know if everybody wants to do it. I don't think some of the guys on the back of the garbage truck likely are going to do it. But some of them can, and we really need CDL drivers anywhere we can get them.
Is there a policy or anything, or is it limited to just the street department, or can anybody get
No,
their CDL?
anybody. If you,
I could get mine,
I would think so.
but then I just have to push no,
It-
right?
Well, we'd like you to.
That's what I'm saying.
You wouldn't be first on the list, I
You know,
suspect.
no joke, but, you know.
Yeah, but if you
really,
don't do something with the town to
who's
pay
eligible
for it, you're not gonna have very many gonna get it.
That's right. If the town doesn't pay for it, a lot of them not going to get it anyway. It might be the holdback as to why they don't go get it.
Well, certainly now, because before you just had to take the test, keep sitting until you passed the damn thing, and we had some folks that didn't make it, but at the end of the day, guys like wastewater and water operators, we've got some that need to get their CDL test that let it lapse before 1st of July that need to go on and do that. And but you're right, but I would say if somebody wants to take the test, and if they're on the call-out list for the snow, if you wanted to do it, Jennifer, I wouldn't say no.
Okay.
Me or you, something like that. I wouldn't mind getting a
That's
CDL. And unless you guys think it needs to be restricted, but Jennifer just need to make herself available. I need to make myself available if we got the CDL. In the event of a storm.
I don't have a problem with it. You like it? I don't have a problem with y'all getting it.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
We'd like to present this. I don't know if this necessarily needs a motion, but it may be helpful if we have at least a consensus from the committee before we take it to council next time.
So moved.
Second.
So if somebody else does wanna get it aside from the street department and maybe utilize or something like that, should we like put a stipulation into it to where, you know, if they do have a CDL,
And then,
And the
if
town
they
has-
take the course and still can't pass it, you might wanna have some kind of caveat.
Well, I think we can only pay for it a certain number of times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, I think if you take the course, you should be able to.
And how much you say this costs?
About $3,000. This is a new thing that just started 1st of July with the General Assembly.
Okay.
alright,
You good? Everybody understand?
They have to stay for 2 years.
They don't have to stay, they can leave, but if they choose to leave, they gotta pay their prorated share.
So the investment of the school will get a return with the employees staying working for us, so we don't go through that CDL shortage like we did.
We would love to be able to say they're all gonna stay, but that's impractical. I mean, somebody can go to Tharp and have again more money, I would say we'd lose some of them. But at least we'll get our costs back on the class.
One thing about it,
I don't
CDLs,
recommend doing it on a shorter term, because these cats don't make a lot of money.
CDLs is like a hotcakes. It's like a gold mine. If you got one, you can make some money.
All right, moving on. If we can enter into, and this really is the last item we have an employee, without saying names or anything, who, if you remember, the council adopted a policy about borrowing money from the town, and we do have an employee with a special request, and we'd like to enter into closed session. If we can get a motion to enter in closed session to discuss personnel matters,
So moved.
and it shouldn't take but a minute.